episode 51 of Fist of the North Star, 1 point. The keyword for this episode is going to be friendship. So let's talk about this dog guy. What I want to say is that when Kenshiro, I think it's when Kenshiro or when Mamiya is like, attached and so on, and so she's getting tortured and so on, I think she asks, like, why are you doing this? I just came to take some medicine. And the dude says that whoever hurts his dogs is going to suffer the consequences. And so, like, you wonder why? Why are those dogs so important to him? And here's what he says. He says that dogs are the best friends. But his development is very special. He says that they never lie. They're honest. Whatever that means, we'll develop. They never lie. They're always honest. And so you can always trust them. Whatever they say, you can do it. It's good, which is why he asks his dogs, what he should do with the prisoners, like those he wants to punish, let's say. Okay? Now, of course, the main thing is that, well, I can't understand what dogs say if they even try to say things. I mean, if they try to communicate with us. What does he mean by that? Well, of course he can't do it too, so of course what he means is that he just wants to do what he wants. And he never lies, and whatever he thinks is good. And so what he does is that he puts it on dogs that we can't understand, who maybe don't even try to speak to us. And so when they bark, whatever they do, right, it's confirmation of what he wants. Now the problem is that that's not the case with other human beings. So if that dude says something and human beings are like, no, I don't agree with this, I don't think that's right, it's wrong. We'll get this much later. I mentioned it already. It's not much of a spoiler, let's say. I mentioned it already because I don't have in mind right now what we'll say about that episode. But later we'll get an episode in which an antagonist who's doing evil in a city as usual, or in a village, fakes democracy. Remember that? So he asks people, what do you all think? Do you think we should give the death penalty to this dude? But then there is one of his men who's threatening them from behind, as in, you better give the answer that we expect you give. So it's not honest. So it gets to be on that line. It's like, you expect people to say something, but in reality you want them to say what you want. And so in this case it's represented by him valuing dogs more than human beings, because he could put on, let's say those dogs, barks, whatever, what he wants and thinks. And he doesn't want to listen, so he gets to be selfish and egotistical in that way. He doesn't want to listen to the other human beings. Now the reason there is this difference between what he wants and thinks and other human beings is, of course, because he's evil and selfish and he doesn't work for people in general. And so the way he solves this problem, and the way he doesn't have the dignity that Rao has, let's say, as we talked about it in the previous video, is that he goes for a lower creature, if I may say, animal, which is dogs. And at the end, his favorite dog, I guess, just pisses on him. So, but this is basically the psychology that I wanted to talk about. So basically, the hatred, if I may say, the hate, right, that he has for other human beings is because he's selfish. And let's say he converts, he looks like a dog himself. He converts to dogs that he glorifies for that selfish reason so much, so he gets to be like a dog, and he's himself a low life, and of course he gets the punishment that he deserves.